Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. How's your love life going at the moment? Let's find out with a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread. I've made 3 readings here. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it's good. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Now I've got 2 draws a month now for a free private reading with me. There's 2 ways to enter. First way is to be a subscriber to my channel. Click like on this video and leave a comment on it. Second way is to get one of those deeper dive reads. So throughout the month, whoever's got a deeper dive read, and however many you purchase, you've got that amount of entries in. So good luck with winning that. So you can find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading down there in the description box and in the comments below. All you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the High Priestess card. Or would you like the flower? The flower is out with the Tower and it rhymes. Or would you like the shell? The shell is out with the Judgment card. Choices, huh? Okay, so take your pick now. Don't forget to click like before you click off down here. Click that subscribe button if you're new and leave a comment for an entry into that draw. I do an energy update every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1 question readings. Now you can book in for one of those at any time on my website BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that up there and also in the description box and in the comments below. I'll do a reading right at the start of my live show and send you the link to the replay, so you don't need to come live if you don't want or if you can't make it. Now you can also come live if you want. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there, and you can book one of those 1 question readings while I'm live too. I also offer private readings from my website BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. After you've booked in, click on the Contact Us page, put questions that you've got for your reading in there. I make 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week as well, and so tell me what you want those to be about in the comments below. Sorry. And so enjoy your reading, crystal, flower or shell. I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the crystal, then this one's for you. Crystals, let's find out what's going on in your love life at the moment with a full Celtic Cross Love Tarot spread. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading. Don't forget, you can enter a draw for a free private reading with me by clicking like on this video, being a subscriber, and leaving a comment on this video. So what's in these energies for you? High Priestess, this is all about your intuition, your intuitive self. Now, perhaps you've got a connection with someone that intuitively you know is like important, an important connection, but there might not have been things like happening with it. It could be a situation like that. So something about your intuition. What is hindering you in this? What's crossing you here? Queen of Swords and the 3 of Cups. Other people and having boundaries to them. Okay, right. So 3 of Cups indicates that there could be more people around this whole situation than is comfortable. It can indicate third parties. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone like being romantically interested in your person or being together with your person. It could be that, but it could also be like family around you or colleagues, or there's just other people around, friends even, that are complicating this. Friends or people around this whole situation that you're not necessarily comfortable or able to stand up to. The Queen of Swords is all about boundaries. She knows how to say no. So you might have the personality that you kind of back down, or the traits that you kind of back down from confrontation or from going for what it is that you want when there's complications around it. You might just back away from that rather than being the kind of belladonna kind of character that will go and fight for what it is that you want. Like, no, damn it, I want that person, I want this thing, I'm going to get it anyway, even if I have to cause some disruption to get it. So I feel like this is saying you might not have boundaries, you might not have strong enough boundaries with other people, around other people in this situation. You might just be backing down completely. Queen of Swords, she doesn't back down completely. She's strong. She'll sit there like that and she'll like, no, this is the way I want it. This is what I want, and I'll stand up for that. So she's got clear boundaries, like in the moment, rather than she's not shrinking away going, oh, well, I'll just give up then. Because honestly, I'm getting like, you're in a situation, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but you're in a situation where you feel a connection with somebody intuitively, but it's complicated. There's complications around that, and your boundaries perhaps aren't strong enough to be able to stay in there and assert those boundaries around the other people that are kind of causing conflict and trouble around this whole situation. So how do things appear on the face of it then? How do things appear on the face of it for crystals? How's the love life looking at the moment? That's another way of putting it. How's your love life looking at the moment, crystals? Hopeful. So you're kind of hopeful about it. So it's not looking so good at the moment, but you're kind of hopeful that things will right themselves or sort themselves out. Seven of Cups, there's this confusion about choosing at the moment. So you're like, okay, my intuition tells me I've got a connection with this person, but there's this other stuff around it. So is that the universe saying that it's not for me? Well, just because there's challenges around something doesn't mean that it's not for you. There's challenges around anything. In fact, anything good that you want, there will be a challenge around it for sure. So I think some of you might just be kind of like wishful thinking that all the troubles will kind of go away, rather than you kind of stepping forward and going, despite these challenges, I am going to go for what it is that I want. If you think about anything else in your life, there's going to be challenges around it, right? If you like starting off a business, if you want to make something a success, there's going to be so many challenges along the way for sure. That doesn't get us to back down. Doing anything good in life, there'll be challenges around it, including people. So if you're of the mindset that like, if I'm trying to manifest something like a relationship, then it should just be like no challenges along the way and easy for the universe to say, yes, this is for you kind of thing. That's not true. So what's behind that is judgment. Interesting. So what's really behind that is kind of a self-judgment. So it's like you are self-critical to the point of looking at yourself as if you were from another person's perspective. So you're like, what would I think of myself if I were someone else looking at me doing this, and how would I judge myself and all of that? When you think that other people would judge you for something, what you're really doing is judging yourself for that, right? We're just making it up that it's someone else looking at us judging it. It's just our mind making that up rather, and not really true that it's someone else. It's actually you that's judging yourself. So what is wrong with you getting what it is that you want? What is wrong with you having boundaries and confronting things? What is wrong with you overcoming challenges in order to get what you want? Perhaps this is more of an issue around you feeling like you deserve what it is that you want. Self-esteem kind of thing. It could be. Recent past energies, you were open to receive, Page of Swords, and they were looking at you. You felt you were open to receive, the Queen of Cups, and they noticed you. So there has been some kind of a connection with this person in the recent past. Okay. And then near future, what are the near future energies? Four of Pentacles, holding energy back. So both kind of withdrawing, holding energy back from each other. Now, if your person is kind of waiting for you to kind of claim them and make a stand for them, and they're thinking you're not interested in them, and they might pull their energy back. And if you're thinking, no, they need to kind of sort out so that there's no challenges for me to get to them, and so you're holding your energy back because they're not doing that, you've got a stalemate. You both want each other, but you've got a stalemate there. There needs to be some kind of action on both parts, I think, here. So this reading is about High Priestess. It's about your intuition. What else is it about? It's about heartbreak and happiness. Opposing ends of the scale. What will make you really happy and what will break your heart? Sometimes, even though it makes no sense at all, we make the decisions that will actually break our heart rather than ones that will make us really happy, because we're too bothered about pleasing other people or being seen to do the right thing rather than fight for what it is that we want. If you think about it, anyone that's done anything good, you could pick apart what they've done and say, oh, you shouldn't have done that, and you shouldn't have done this, and you shouldn't have done that. You see people doing that on the internet all the time. Oh, well, you shouldn't have done it that way. I wouldn't have done it that way. It's like, well, if you wouldn't have done it that way, then you wouldn't have succeeded. Then you wouldn't have done what it is that I did, because you need to be able to do those things in order to make it a success, So you guys, you've got to trust your intuition and stop breaking your own heart. Stop making the decisions that will break your heart and instead make the decisions that will make you happy. What are your fears in all of this? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, what's the worst thing that could go wrong? Ask yourself that. Oh, you could fall in love. No. Why would that be a wrong thing? What's up with that? What is up with this situation where you feel like it would be a negative thing if you fell in love with them? What have you experienced in the past when you've fallen in love? Have you kind of given yourself away? Have you given too much away? Kind of stopped following your own path and joined their path? What has gone wrong for you when you've fallen in love in the past? Because that's a weird card to come out in the fears department now. Any more fears? The Magician, manifesting this. So there's a part that you don't want. It's because of these people. 3 of Cups. That's what it is. So you're fearing. So the reason that this isn't manifesting for you is you've got so many fears around this actually happening, you falling in love with them and manifesting it. You're that resistant to what other people will think, that 3 of Cups, because your boundaries are lax. Your boundaries aren't strong enough. You need to empower yourself more and then rev yourself up and then go in there, I think. What are you hoping for? People pleasers will never get what it is that they want in life. You can't be that anymore. No matter what it is that you do, you're going to have people that don't want you to do that and will say that you shouldn't be doing that, or no matter what it is that you do. So if you're trying to please everyone and get what you want, it's not going to happen. You've got to be willing to tread on some toes. I'm not talking about going around and hurting people. I'm not talking about that at all. Like intentionally, but honestly, you can say anything and people get hurt about it. People are highly triggered these days. It's ridiculous. And so what I do is none of your business kind of thing. If I trigger you in some kind of a way, that's not up to me. That's up to you. Your triggers are your own problem. And likewise, other people's triggers are their own problem here. I've often given this example, but I don't think I've given it for a long time. You could trigger someone just by saying something. If you're having a conversation with someone walking down the street, you're talking to your friend, someone passes you and they catch a glimpse of that conversation, you could hurt someone like that. They could get triggered by what they just heard you say. Does that make you a bad person? No. Like, should somebody be getting triggered by listening in on someone's conversation when they walk past? No, but that's like way, way, way too sensitive and taking things personally. So there are going to be triggered people out there, people that haven't healed themselves, people that will go off at anything. That is not your problem. That there are people unhealed, unable to manage their own emotions is not your problem, right? Don't make it your problem. You're making it your problem. What are you hoping for? No. This is the wrong way around. 5 of Swords. This is like conflict. You're hoping... No, but it's inner conflict. You're hoping to kind of take that inner conflict so that the external conflict doesn't happen, and that's exactly what you're doing. But perhaps the external conflict needs to happen instead. The Tower, you want something to change. You're hoping that it'll all change so that you don't have to change. Well, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to build yourself up. Nothing is ever going to be handed to you on a plate, especially if your healing and you becoming a confident person that has boundaries and can self-fulfill is standing in the way of that thing. The universe is going to say, no, you can't have it, because it's in your best interest to grow, to heal yourself and to grow and then get what it is that you want, right? So it's not going to be sorted out for you. Sorry. So let's get your outcome cards out. First outcome card I'll be revealing in this reading, but the rest of them, because I'm going to get a succession of them out, like a few of them, like 6 or 7 of them out, will be revealed in that deeper dive read, that extended reading. Deeper dive read, the extended reading. In that reading, I'll also be getting cards out of these decks back here as well to give you more information, guidance, find out about your person as well, what's going on with them. If they've got messages for you, we'll get those messages out. And we'll get some timing cards out as well if that is relevant for what's coming up here. So what's the outcome? Okay, first outcome card is out. What's next after that? Interesting. And then, oh dear. And then, okay. And then what? Oh, this is a tumultuous one, you guys. And I think you've manifested it that way looking at this reading. It's a tumultuous reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just want one more. No, in fact, I won't have one more. I'll leave it at that. So your first card out, you've got 6 outcome cards here. First card out, oops, is the 7 of Pentacles, which is the card of investment. So there's going to be an investment made into this. Now, this is probably you, I'd say, or it could be them too, investing something. So that could get things moving. I think it's probably going to be you that's investing something. So rather than holding your energy back like this, like you both will be doing, kind of withdrawing to your corners sort of thing, you're going to have to invest something, do something, like invest some of your energy, say something or do something. So that's your first outcome card. And then it leads to all of these, which is kind of tumultuous. If you want to know what they are and you want to get the guidance card, all the guidance for this situation, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I will pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, or about 10 English pounds apparently as well. All the approximate currency conversions are on that link when you book in. So check that out for your, well, for some of the major ones anyway. Yeah, 20 Australian dollars, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, all those places that your email provider hides them away so you can't find them. In that email, once you found it, you'll see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs. I'm in pink mood today, can you notice? On a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to leave a comment, because that's going to get you an entry into the draw to win a private reading with me. And getting the deeper dive will as well get you an entry into another draw to win a private reading with me. So good luck with that. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower, this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life. Now, as usual, flowers is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we're popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading, because your cards came out right away, and see what's going on in your love life right now. We've got the Tower and the 3 of Inspiration. So something kind of surprising, shocking, perhaps something falling apart. 3 of Inspiration is about waiting for ideal timing for something. So it seems like there's a lot of disruptive energy in your love life at the moment, and you're waiting for things to get good, or for things to sort themselves out, or your person to sort something out. Perhaps disruption going on in their life, and you're just kind of waiting for that to be sorted out. So what is crossing you in this? What is hindering you in this? What is hindering you in this? Temperance, the patience, and the 5 of materials being left out. Oh, perhaps you guys, you're too patient, and you're kind of, you're not, perhaps you don't hold your person accountable and say, hey, you need to sort that out. Perhaps you're just too nice to them and go, yeah, it's okay, I'll wait, in your own time. Because the Five of Materials is more like being left out of something. And Temperance is, yeah, it's patient, but this is working against you, being too patient, being too nice. Sometimes people just need to be saying, hey, this is not on, you need to do something about this, especially if the disruption that's happening for them is causing problems for you in your life. You might just need to say to them, look, you need to sort that out. It's impacting me too, and not just you. So some of you are kind of being too nice and you're not saying no to them, or saying go to them rather than no. Yeah, so this could be like an issue about knowing that you can ask people to do things for you. You do have relationship needs, right? And your relationship needs are important. So you feeling good within a relationship is important. And if someone isn't doing the things that they need to do to make you feel good, well, that is important because your relationship needs are important. And so standing up for your relationship needs is important too, right? So it's like this disruption that you've got going on needs to be sorted out because it's affecting me and it's affecting our relationship. It feels like that kind of thing needs to be said. So how do things appear on the face of it at the moment? How's it looking? How's your love life looking right now? Flowers? How's your love life looking at the moment, flowers? It's looking like Ace of Voices, like a start, like an idea for a new start, an ideal new start, in fact, I just heard. So on paper and in your mind, this might seem like the ideal situation to you if it sorts itself out. Behind that is the Fool, ready to step in, Empress. Feel like you deserve this, the Empress energy. So this is kind of becoming for you. And the Fool energy, you're ready to step in. So if this becomes viable and this Tower energy is sorted out, you will step right in. So this is something that you're actually choosing. You feel like it's enough for you. It's good enough for you. And yeah, on paper or in your mind, it's like, this is a good idea. This is the new start that I want. So this is someone that you've chosen and you're like, yeah, I want this to happen, but there's this disruptive element about it. And I'm kind of waiting for that to come good. But I'm not kind of telling them that they've got to make it good. You might not be wanting to give them any ultimatums, that kind of thing. And that's working against you not doing that. Recent past energy. The World. There could have been travel involved or the end of a chapter and the start of a new chapter. And so that's what's happened in the recent past. That could have given you hope, especially if it was travel or something like that, a movement. And yeah, things changing for sure. Things have changed, so it's given you kind of a glimmer of hope. Near future energy. Two of Inspiration. A decision to make on action to take that could cause you anxiety. Page of Emotions, but there's wishful thinking about it. Okay, so you're going to have a choice to make that's going to cause some anxiety in you, a bit of stress, perhaps some sleepless nights, a lot to think about for sure, but a wishful thinking aspect. So you might be like very positive about this, like, I'm just going to do it because if I have a positive outlook, then the universe is going to sort this out, kind of thing. But there is some stress around that decision there. So Two of Wands kinds of decisions, it's like, should I go or not? It's like, should I move there or not? Should I take that physical action or not that you're being asked to do? So I feel like your person is going to ask something of you. Now, be careful here if you're the only one compromising, because like I said, what's crossing you here, what's holding you back and hindering you, is a niceness, and you might not be asking for your relationship needs to be met. You just might not be used to doing that at all. And if your person is asking you to meet their relationship needs, asking you to do something extra, you might just need to balance that up and ask yourself, like, is it true? Am I actually requesting that they do something for me, or am I not doing that? Am I thinking about my relationship needs and asking them to do something, or is it just, I just think that my relationship needs aren't important, and I just keep on saying yes when they ask me to meet their relationship needs? Just be careful about that. Your anxiety might be about that too, is when you're thinking about that. It's like, I want to do this thing that they've asked me to do because I love them, but they're not doing anything for me. Perhaps they're not doing anything for me because I'm not asking them to. Right? I think a lot of us get into that position where we're like, but they didn't do anything for me. It's like, well, hang on, did you ask them to do anything for you? Were you actually standing up for your relationship needs? Did you tell them that you need them to spend more time with you, or that you need to hear them say that they love you, or you need whatever your relationship needs are, that they need to consult with you when they're making decisions, or they need to sort out a problem in their life because it's impacting you, whatever it is. Speaking up for your heart and you feeling good. It can be saying to someone, look, what's going on with you right now, it is impacting me, it's making me feel stressed, it's making me feel whatever, and tell them that. And it's like, you know, if this relationship is going to work, you need to be thinking about me and how I feel too, because I deserve to feel really good. Now, I'm willing to help you out in any way, you know that, but you need to be willing to help me out too. This is a relationship, it's meant to make us feel both good, make both of us feel good, rather than just like it being one way. And perhaps you just need to do that, stand up for yourself a little bit more and your relationship needs, and get used to talking about that too, bringing it up, instead of just going like, well, they're not thinking about me, they're not doing that, and being hurt, like, why is someone else not, you know, doing these things for me, why didn't they think about that? Can't just expect people to think about these things. We need to actually be advocating. Look at it this way. Think of it like someone, you've got a shop. Say you've got a little shop, right? And someone comes into your shop and you say, hello, what would you like today? And they don't say anything. They don't say anything at all. They're just kind of pottering around, and then they go out and they go like, bye. And then they talk to someone outside. That person talks to someone outside saying, they didn't even help me. They didn't even, don't go in that shop, they didn't even help me. You're like, what? They didn't even ask for any help. They didn't ask for anything. I could have shown them whatever they were looking for, but they didn't ask. Don't be that person that complains once they get out of the shop, but never even asked. In relationships, of course. 10 of Inspiration is what this reading is about too. So 10 of Inspiration is about putting your burdens down. Those heavy burdens that you've got, put them down. Perhaps you're taking too much responsibility over relationships. Like always being the provider in the relationship, and you've got no needs, you can sort yourself out, but I want to help you. You don't need to help me. It could be something like that. Putting burdens down, putting these burdens down. Perhaps this is heavy for you, this relationship. What are your fears? Fears. What are lovers? Are you fearing that they've got a lover? It could be that. Fearing that they've got another lover? Don't know what the disruption is. See, there's disruption. You're kind of waiting for something to sort itself out. It could be that. Fearing that they've got another lover. Fearing disappointment and regrets and all of that kind of thing too. So you really do want this to work out, hey? It's a good thing. What are your hopes? I'm going to keep that one out too. So hoping that they open their heart, that you open your heart too. Queen of Voices, to have some boundaries, hoping that you have some boundaries. I think that's you. And Strength, hoping to be strong. And hoping for an awakening. I think that's your person. I think you're hoping them to wake up to something here. And perhaps they will if you speak out to them, you know. And have boundaries and speak out to them. Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to be revealing the first outcome card in this reading, but the rest of them, because I'm going to get a progression out, will be revealed in that deeper dive read, that extended reading. In that extended reading, I'll also be picking cards out from these decks back here to give you advice, to tap into your person as well, find out what's going on for them, get messages out from them and all of that kind of thing. Timing cards, if that is relevant to this reading. First card is out. Oh, nice. And then second. So a progression to say where this is headed. Now, don't forget as well, you will be entered into a draw if you get that deeper dive with me for a free private reading with me, which is drawn each month. So you can also enter a draw for that by clicking like on this video, being a subscriber of my channel, and leaving a comment on this video too. Okay. Oh, very nice. You've got a very strong ending there. That's good. Okay, so you've got 6 outcome cards here. 10 of materials is the first one out. Now the 10 of materials is about building someone. Building someone? Frankenstein. It's about building something with somebody. In this case, it's about building something, and it's about community as well, this card. 10 of materials. I think that you are going to communicate with your person about what it is that you want to create here with them, what kind of relationship that you want and what you want to create, what you're looking for in the long term kind of thing. Because yeah, 10 of materials is something that could be created for the long term. Now, from that, they might react in different ways, right? It might not be what it is that they want. They might not be able to provide that for you at the moment, or they might say, yeah, this is what I want too, and this is what I'll do to get there. But I think this is you communicating what you want for the long term with them. And then this happens, and it's pretty positive. If you want to find out what it is, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's about it's exactly 20 Australian dollars at the moment, which is about 15 American dollars and about 10 UK pounds at the moment. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. And the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So do check those places. Once you find that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, if you get that deeper dive, you will get an entry into a pick a card read. And if you're a subscriber to my channel, you click like on this video and you've left a comment, then that will get you an entry into another draw for a private reading with me too. And so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like before you click off down there. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, this one's for you. Shells, let's find out what's going on in your love life at the moment by way of Celtic Cross Tarot Love Spread, which is with this mystical moments, Tarot Mystical Moments deck. Now, shells, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below. And don't forget, you get an entry into a prize draw for a free private reading with me if you get that deeper dive read. So let's find out what this reading is all about. Oh, and you can book also. You can win a private reading also with me. Get into a draw for that by being a subscriber to my channel, clicking like on this video and leaving a comment while you're watching too. So do that too. So what's this reading all about? It's all about judgment and the 10 of Pentacles. Judgment being discernment and the choices that you make. It's also about a call to something as well. I feel like this is a call to perhaps talking about long-term prospects. Are you guys dating someone at the moment? Because it feels to me like it's time to talk about 10 of Pentacles, what it is that you want in the long term, what you want to build for yourself. It feels like you might be with somebody that, or dating someone, and you haven't had those like deeper conversations yet about what it is that you want. And is this something that you want for the long term, or is this someone you're with at the moment that you're having fun with, but you don't broach that subject of what you want for the long term in case the fun stops? Perhaps you're hoping that it's just going to meld into that long-term thing. Anyway, judgment says about discernment with that. So not everyone deserves to hear what it is that you want to create in the world too, you know. So choose well who you tell that kind of stuff to. What's hindering you in this? This might be about taking a relationship to the next level, I'm thinking. 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords is about Going from choppy waters to smoother sailing waters. Right. Okay. Now, if you're in a connection with someone and things, or indeed, if you're by yourself at the moment and that's calmer waters for you and you're considering getting into a relationship here for your happily ever after, something that you want to build, you might be in calm waters at the moment and you might be afraid of getting back into choppy waters by opening up to a relationship again. It could be that. But if you're with someone, it could be your unwillingness to go there and upset the apple cart kind of thing because you're in the smoother waters now. I'm getting that you're in the smoother waters now and you've been in choppy waters before, you're in smoother waters now and you're afraid. You are afraid to get back into the choppy waters, to do something that's going to get it back there. Now, some of you might have had relationships in the past where you weren't allowed to talk about stuff like that. If you ever did talk about, you could have been with a narcissist or something, and when you did talk about things like that, they were like, it doesn't matter what you want, or that kind of stuff. And so that you might have fears around addressing this kind of stuff, taking it to the next level because of experiences that you've had in the past. Now, if that's the case, do you really want to be with someone that is going to dismiss the stuff that you want to talk about? You don't, right? And so at least if they do that, you get to find out, rather than like it hurting you, you get to find out that they're not a person that you want to be with in the long term if they're doing that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't say fear getting into those choppy waters, fear the movement forward, fear moving things forward in this relationship, or at least talking about that kind of stuff. But with that Judgment card, it's like, be discerning about this, because there's a time and a place for that. If it's early days in dating, it might not be the time for that. How do things appear on the face of it? So how's your love life going? Or how does it appear to be going right now? And for some of you, you're single and you're afraid of like getting back into the choppy waters again. It's looking like direct communication, Page of Wands. And you're kind of like, they're directly communicating, or people are directly communicating to you. And Page of Wands, there's this, are they a player? What's behind this? Trying to read more into it. The Wands energy is like, is this just about passion, or is there something more to it? So you might be being communicated to by one or many people, and you're trying to discern, is this just lust, or is this more than that? Can I talk to this person about the long-term stuff? Well, you can, yeah. And then they might laugh in your face and then tell everyone about that, if they are just that player kind of thing. Or, and in which case you find out about them, so that's a good thing. So this is getting complicated, right? So it seems to me like you're trying to predict what somebody wants before you've talked to them about it. Am I right? Because you don't want to hurt by them saying no. Perhaps you're getting your hopes up too much and like imagining a rosy future with somebody. And so it'll hurt you. Because really it shouldn't hurt you. Like if you say to me, Claire, do you want apple pie or not? And I'll say, yes, at the moment I'm pretty hungry. But if you're going to hurt whether I say yes or no, why? Because whether I want apple pie or not shouldn't be like anything to do with you, really. Perhaps not the best example. But, it's like, if someone's a player or not, why does that hurt you? It's good to find out that they're a player, right? Why should it hurt you that they are or not? Because it's just like who they are. It's like finding out if I don't know, it's just finding out about them. It is what it is. Four of Pentacles is behind that. So you pulling back your energy. So you're holding back your energy, right? You're holding back your energy while you're trying to decide whether someone's players or not. And you're trying to predict before you talk to them about what your long-term plans are. This is why I like Tinder so much. Because you can put on it, I'm only interested in long-term things and don't bother me with the rest of it. You say it up front and the players will still give it a go. Because apparently they can't read or something, I don't know. Recent past energies, you've got the Ten of Swords. You've been through painful endings. You felt trapped, Five of Pentacles, to be by yourself, kind of stuck in a pattern of that because of painful endings. This is the energy of like, I've been through some really horrible shit, Claire, and Eight of Pentacles, I just feel like stuck, like there's nothing else that happens. It's just the same crap over and over again, stuck in that pattern. Five of Pentacles, being left out. I'm not getting what it is that I want. Ouch. That's not good. Incoming energies. Near future energies. What's coming in the near future? Please give us some positivity. The moon. Oh, you're headed into the unknown. That's kind of good. Secrets being revealed. Things coming out to light. You got the Knight of Cups, love offer. Page of Cups, right at the beginning of it. The High Priestess. Tapping into your intuition more. Interesting. Okay, so 2 cards of intuition here. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so what this is saying now is that you guys, you are actually, you know how I was saying, like, you seem to want to predict whether someone is a player or not. Your guides now are saying, actually, this is a good thing for you. You need to notice more what the signs are, whether someone's a player or not, and not indulging, but exercising that intuition more of like, is this person or no? It's becoming more discerning. That's what you guys are doing at the moment, so that you can choose someone that's for long term. 10 of Pentacles. Now, there are ways to see whether someone's a player or not, and there's ways to see and ascertain whether someone is like someone that can have commitment, like 10 of Pentacles, someone that builds things up, right? Someone that builds things up, let's not look at the players now, but someone that builds things up, that can commit to things, they'll already be building things for themselves in their own life. They'll be committing to things already, perhaps business or career or learning things or the health and all of that kind of thing. There's a certain kind of person that kind of masters themselves, and they've got the outward signs of that. And then there's the people, the guys that just kind of go out and just try and pick chicks up. Really interesting. I heard a guy who was trying to help some young man here on YouTube. Sal, his name is. I can't remember his second name, but from Mind Body Pump show or something like that. Anyway, he said, and it really caught my attention, this, that men think, or boys think, that women want a guy who's sleeping with a lot of women. And he said that's not what women want. Women are very good judges of character. Sure, they want the men that have mastered themselves, and those men will be very attractive to a lot of women because there's not many of them out there, right? And what boys get wrong is they think, oh, women want someone that a lot of women are attracted to. I will just go out there and sleep with a load of women. It's like, no, that's not what we want. We want someone that has mastered themselves. And when they've mastered themselves, yes, they're going to be attractive to many women. But hopefully, if they've mastered themselves, they're not going to be out there, you know, with all of those women, right? And so we can start discerning who those are that have mastered themselves, because they're showing outward signs of that. Not in relationship, you know, not by being in a lot of relationships and all of that, but in the other things that they're doing in their lives. So intuition, yes, but also noticing the information that people are giving you quite clearly is important too. So judging, okay, discerning, the 10 of Pentacles, discerning who you can have a long-term relationship with. What else is this reading about? 9 of Swords, anxiety, so you're anxious about that. And no surprises here, because look at this, the 10 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles there. You've been through hard relationships, some gnarly lessons there. It's caused anxiety, so you're more wary of getting into these things now because you've been burned so many times. What are your fears? Lovers, that they've got other lovers. Fearing that someone's being a player, that they've got other lovers. You're a monogamous kind of a person, and you're fearing that your person or the people that you're attracting aren't that. And there do seem to be a lot of those around. I know, you know, I always like swipe left on those ones, but there seems to be a lot of people saying that they are, what is it? How do they put it? Polyamorous, but there's something else in front of it, like it's like it's okay then. Like conscious polyamorous or something like that, and it's like, wherever you think it's a good thing, it's not for me. Swipe left on those ones. But yeah, fearing that there's lovers, other lovers, someone, you know, them playing around. 5 of Wands, fearing 5 of Wands. Someone with a strategy, someone with an agenda, someone trying to manipulate you, that kind of thing, telling you what you want to hear. So you guys, you really have had some tricky situations, right? So you've got all these fears that even if you ask, even if you have the conversations about long-term stuff with them or with anyone, that they're just going to lie to you to get what it is that they want. What are your hopes? 3 of Cups. Your hopes are kind of like to have some fun and to lighten up about this and to, you know, be able to get out there and meet people and have fun and all of that, and for it not to be so complicated. There's perhaps going on dates and reunions and all kinds of things. What are your hopes? Hopes. Temperance. Temperance is about taking things slowly. It's also about, it could be about, you know, somebody who tempers themselves, someone who is in control of themselves and self-mastery and all of that kind of thing, but someone you can have fun with too, so they're not all serious. Temperance perhaps is about someone that can take things slowly as well. So let's get your outcome cards out. So what's the outcome of all of this? Wow. Okay, so I'm going to get about 6 outcome cards out here. So we've got a progression. I'll be revealing the first one out for you, which made me go, wow. In this reading, very much unexpected, that card, but here we go. Then what? After that one, then what? And so that's going to be, the rest of these outcome cards are going to be revealed in the deeper dive reading, that extended reading. I'll also be getting cards out from these decks back here as well for guidance for you. We'll find out about your person, if you've got someone coming your way here. And yeah, find out what's going on with them, get some message cards out from them too, see what that's all about, and perhaps getting some messages out for you as well about how to navigate all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys haven't had an easy path, have you? Oh, that's good. You guys haven't had an easy path, and it feels like you've got some more stuff to go. I don't know what you guys are mastering at the moment, but I think that you guys have had a harder path than most, and I think it's going to continue a little bit, but it's going to get you to what you really, really want. So 6 outcome cards, there's 5 there. I'm going to reveal in the deeper dive read, but first one is the Tower, some disruptive energy, a shock, a surprise, things falling apart, like you're going to be surprised. Something is going to surprise you. If you, like I said, if you're dating someone at the moment, it's going to surprise you what they're saying. Whether that's a good surprise or no, I'm not sure. Well, let's find out in that deeper dive read. If that sounds like it is your story, or could be a story, or want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars, or about 10 UK pounds at the moment. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that video, if it doesn't take you to a video, then try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a comment, because that'll get you an entry into the draw and into another draw as well by getting the deeper dive read. So don't forget, you can win a deeper dive read. I'll be giving one away each month to the subscribers that comment. I will also be giving one away as well to the people that book those deeper dive reads. So good luck with winning that. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly.